First round of the 2023 Improved Production Tas Championship was held at Pepsi Max Baskerville Raceway on the 18th and 19th of March with a mixed field of regular competitors, new cars and returning competitors, some after an 11-year hiatus. Jared House wouldn't be back to defend his title due to the Tirana engine still being rebuilt. Unfortunately, we also lost a few competitors on the Friday practice day, including Jason House and Matthew Grace, who both had engine issues, and the nicest and most selfless guy in racing, Scott Waters, had an issue with his Escort which caused it to spear off the main straight and into a tyre wall. Most importantly, Scott is okay, but very, very sore. For Saturday morning's qualifying session, there were a few drops of rain, so everyone tried to set an early bankable lap time. It was great to see Scott Willing return in his Impreza. He was trying super hard and initially set the fastest lap with a 58.38. Shane Bond had loose intercooler pipe clamps and was down on power, so he pitted to tighten them and then went out at the end of the session and lowered the pole time to a remarkable 56.77, less than half a second off the lap record and one of the few IP cars to ever dip into the 56s. Next came Ayrton Richardson in third with a 59.18 in a new Corolla KE30 that he'd only previously done 5 or 6 practice laps in. Unlike his previous Corolla, this one features a turbocharged 3S GE engine. Another 3S powered Toyota was next in Lee Forest, less than 2/10 back. Fifth was Phil House 9/10 back in a naturally aspirated BMW E30. And the only other over 2 litre car and sole V8 was Alan Bushby in his VS Commodore, who last raced it at Baskerville in 2012. Bushby was easing back into the swing of things when a front tyre let go coming onto the front straight, ending his qualifying session with a time not representative of what he was capable of. A great field of under 2 litre cars was led by Anthony Mackenzie's Mark I Cosworth powered Escort with a 60.77. 1.8 seconds further back was Kyle Smith's SR20 powered Datsun 1200 sedan. Another couple of seconds back was defending under 2 litre champion Leon Duggan, just ahead of Greg Hayes' Mark II Escort that had been freshly painted over the summer break. Coupled with new gold wheels, the Escort looked awesome on track, although he had his own problems when his throttle cable snapped halfway through qualifying. Next came Daryl Bennett, who had swapped out his Suzuki Swift for a much quicker Toyota 86. Next was Andrew Mitchell in his yellow 4-door Mark II Escort, then Mary White, who like Daryl had traded in her Suzuki Swift for Ayrton Richardson's old KE35 Corolla. Mary ran regularity last year and was bitten by the motorsport bug, so it was great to see her moving up to improved production, where she qualified with a 68.93. A great time for a first go in the Corolla at Baskerville. Bushby would miss race 1 while he sorted out a replacement tyre for his Commodore. Willing used his all-wheel drive Impreza to his advantage off the line, while further back Smith had clutch issues and struggled to get off the line and change gears. Mackenzie led the under 2 litre cars for a few laps before ongoing electrical issues sidelined the yellow Escort. best battle in race 1 came from Hayes and Bennett, who ran nose to tail for just about the entire race, the 86 eventually winning out over the Escort. Richardson was getting used to the handling of his Corolla and found the front suspension a bit too soft for his liking. For race 2, Smith again got a poor start and struggled to get a gear in the 1200 sedan, forcing all the under 2 litre cars to bunch up at the start. This then caused issues for the Escort runners, who tried to squeeze 3 Escorts into a space only big enough for 2. After a couple of laps, Mackenzie once again led the under 2 litre class, until the electrical gremlins struck again and he was forced out. Smith inherited the under 2 litre lead, but he began suffering from coil pack problems and fell back. There was late drama with Lee Forrest blowing a turbo and coming to rest at Calvin's corner. Mary White sensibly slowed down in the yellow flag area, which banked up the cars behind her. Smith was able to close in on Duggan and get in front at the next green flag section on the back straight. He and Duggan would then drag race to the line, with Duggan pipping Smith for the under 2 litre win by less than 15 hundredths of a second. Stay tuned for coverage of races 3, 4 and 5 in an upcoming video.